This year, Filipinos had to deal with skyrocketing prices of basic goods along with higher interest rates and a falling peso.
And in Indonesia, economic growth accelerated in the second quarter of this year amid an export boom driven by rising commodity prices.
Indonesia has set a growth target of 5.3% next year.
Leaders of the Southeast Asian nations are meeting in Indonesia starting today. The three-day ASEAN summit is expected to be dominated by the crisis and violence in Myanmar.
The economic struggle has heated up in Southeast Asia, an area rich in both cultural variety and natural riches. Indonesia and the Philippines are two countries that are quickly rising to economic prominence. There is plenty of room for a dramatic confrontation between the two countries, given their combined populations, strategic positions, and wealth of natural resources. As they compete for economic dominance in Southeast Asia, the rest of the globe is watching to see how their respective policies, investments, and economic changes will affect the region and the world. How Indonesia went from poverty to prosperity, how the Philippines became an economic powerhouse, and who is the greater regional power will all be discussed in detail in this video. Indonesia from rags to riches. The rise of Indonesia, from poverty to prosperity, is an inspiring account of human fortitude and resourcefulness. After suffering under colonialism and turbulent times, this beautiful archipelago set out on a road of transformation, eventually becoming a thriving economic powerhouse in Southeast Asia. The narrative opens with Indonesia's heroic fight for independence from the Dutch, which was led by courageous visionaries and carried out by stubborn people. The years after independence were not without their difficulties, but the spark of independence lit a fire in the hearts of the people that propelled the country forward. In the early years of Indonesia's independence, the agricultural sector was the backbone of the country's growth and economy. Indonesia's rise to riches may be traced back to its long history of carefully tending to its lush plains and bountiful natural resources. Indonesia's authorities eventually came to realize that the country's economy would benefit from some more diversification and industrialization. The government set out on a mission to develop the country's abundant mineral, coal, and oil resources. The mining and energy industries flourished, playing critical roles in Indonesia's economic rise. The road to wealth, however, was not easy. The political and economic challenges that Indonesia faced threw a cloud over the country's development. The Asian financial crisis of 1997 was a major setback for the economy and threw the country into chaos. Indonesia, however, showed perseverance, rising like a phoenix from the ashes to execute necessary changes that have helped stabilize the economy and restore the country's footing. The economy of Indonesia saw a tremendous shift in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. The country has split its economy between the manufacturing and services sectors in order to take advantage of its large pool of available workers and advantageous placement in the global economy. Indonesia's booming middle class and expanding consumer market attracted a flood of foreign direct investment, and the country quickly developed into a manufacturing and tourist powerhouse. Indonesia's rise to economic prominence was greatly aided by investments in infrastructure. There were significant efforts made to improve accessibility and effectiveness in the realms of transportation, communication, and energy. There were shiny new buildings on the skyline, busy airports, and streamlined trade at the world-class seaports. Indonesia welcomed the IT revolution, creating a thriving startup environment and propelling innovation across a wide range of industries as the digital era dawned. Because of the proliferation of the internet and online shopping, young people in Indonesia have been able to realize their full economic potential. Indonesia has made amazing progress, but achieving prosperity has not been easy. Problems including wealth disparity, social stratification, and pollution levels need continual monitoring to ensure that expansion was both equitable and ecologically sound. The country's leaders toiled ceaselessly to find a middle ground. Indonesia is still heading in the right direction as the sun goes down on this exciting story. Together, the pioneering spirit of the people and the foresight of their leaders compose a symphony of development and success for the archipelago. Indonesia continues on its path from poverty to prosperity, making its imprint on the world stage. Philippines' resilient economic strength. In contrast, the Philippines' economy has proven remarkably resilient, making it a model of strength amid widespread instability. This dynamic Southeast Asian country has faced many obstacles, yet it has persevered and grown stronger as a result, becoming a major economic power in Asia. The Philippines' diversified and energetic workforce is a major contributor to the country's robust economic performance. The country's creativity, entrepreneurship, and productivity have all been boosted by its young and highly skilled workforce. workforce. Services like business process outsourcing have done well for the country, bringing in foreign investment and tax dollars. The government's dedication to economic reforms has also been crucial in making the Philippines more resilient. Efforts to reduce barriers to entry, streamline regulations, and lure foreign direct investments from outside have paid off, resulting in a more confident investment community and a thriving business climate. Furthermore, the nation's robust consumer sector has had an important influence on the country's robust economy, powered by a rising middle class and its voracious hunger for consumer goods. Local consumption has helped insulate the Philippines' economy from the effects of global economic volatility. The Philippines' location as a key trading hub has also contributed to the country's economic stability. The country's strategic location as an entry point to the expanding Asian markets has allowed it to take advantage of trade possibilities and boost economic links with its neighbors, elevating its standing in regional supply chains. The tourism sector has also been a pillar of strength, drawing visitors from all over the world to experience the Philippines' famously beautiful islands, vibrant culture, and friendly people. The sector's tenacity in the face of hardship has been crucial to the nation's economic security and the development of new jobs. The Philippines' unyielding will, inventive spirit, and dedication to progress have become an example to countries throughout the world as it negotiates the difficulties of the global economy. In the face of adversity, the Philippines has proven time and again that it can rise to the occasion and emerge as a vibrant and resilient economic powerhouse in Southeast Asia. Race for economic dominance. Indonesia and the Philippines are in a competition for economic supremacy that goes beyond the numbers. Human capital, infrastructure, political stability, and governance all play a role in this contest. Each country has its own set of problems and possibilities. Despite its economic prowess, Indonesia faces challenges such as inequality, poor infrastructure, and an inefficient government. Even while it reaps the benefits of its business process outsourcing business, the Philippines must deal with issues like poverty, corruption, and inadequate infrastructure in many of its regions. Direct investment from outside might be the deciding factor in this contest. Indonesia's industrial and infrastructure sectors have received more foreign direct investment than those of either China or the United States. Foreign investors are drawn to the country by its big customer base and expanding middle class, giving them access to Southeast Asia's enormous market potential. The Philippines' established business process outsourcing sector and advantageous location, however, continue to make it a popular choice among multinational firms. The course of the economic competition between these two nations will be shaped by the investment decisions of multinational corporations as they continue to seek development prospects in the area. The shifting geopolitical context is another essential factor. Both Indonesia and the Philippines have had to reevaluate their economic and diplomatic approaches in response to China's fast economic development and its strong position in the area. Indonesia and the Philippines face a challenging balancing act as they try to protect their interests and sovereignty in the face of China's growing influence through the Belt and Road Initiative. The key to their long-term economic success and supremacy in Southeast Asia will be striking a balance between economic cooperation with China and maintaining strategic relationships with other global powers. To further develop their economies, Indonesia and the Philippines are also advocating for broad economic changes. For example, Indonesia's omnibus law intends to reduce red tape, enhance the country's economic climate, and entice further investment. To close regional economic gaps and entice private investments, the Philippine government has similarly prioritized boosting spending on infrastructure. To keep its economy growing and competitive in the global market, these changes are necessary. In conclusion, Indonesia's and the Philippines' economic rivalry in Southeast Asia is compelling. These two nations are competing for regional and global dominance with their immense potential, plentiful resources, and key locations. FDI inflows, internal reforms, geopolitical dynamics, and their capacity to overcome hurdles will decide the result of this race. Indonesia and the Philippines must prioritize sustainable and inclusive growth to maintain prosperity and regional stability as they seek economic dominance. The globe avidly watches this captivating fight to find Southeast Asia's destiny and the global economy. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Additionally, if you're new to this channel, I strongly encourage you to subscribe and click the like button. You can also keep up with all of my most recent videos. See you in the next one.